Jai Hind student, welcome to biology class. Now students, today we will continue the discussion of important question of biology, and in this lecture we will be discussing some more important questions. In the last lecture we have discussed 5 questions. Now let's start with few more questions. Now the first question is, what is the important function of presence of ozone in Earth's atmosphere? Now, ozone is the Earth's natural process for all life forms. Now, it shields our planet from the UV radiations, and these ultraviolet rays are harmful for all living things. Therefore, any change in the size of this layer will automatically affect the life of people, plants, and animals living on Earth. Now this ozone layer, it is the protective covering. It protects the earth. You can say it protects the earth from UV lights. These are the harmful rays. Ultraviolet rays are the harmful rays which may cause skin cancer and various types of skin diseases. So it protects us from these rays. Okay, and if any deformation or any change in the ozone layer occurs, so it will affect the life of the people, of both plants and animals. Now question number 2 is, dark reaction of photosynthesis does not need light. Do plants undergo dark reaction at night? Explain. Now, the first thing is that you should know what is the meaning of dark reaction and light reaction. We have already studied light reactions. They occur in the grana part of the chloroplast and they are light dependent reaction. Dark reaction, they occur in the stroma part and they are light independent reaction. Okay, you should not confuse it with the dark reaction. The name dark reaction, it doesn't mean that they require darkness. No, it doesn't mean. It only means that they are light independent. Means they can occur in light also or they can occur in the absence of light also. Just only this is the meaning. So dark reaction doesn't mean that it occurs in the absence of light, that is at night. In fact, it is the reaction occurring simultaneously with light reaction. It is chemical process occurring independent of light. This reaction is completely based on enzyme. So what happened? Light reaction, main light reaction, the purpose of light reaction is the formation of assimilatory power. ठीक है, जो हमारी ATP होती है, NADPH reduce coenzyme बनता है. These are the products which are formed in light reaction in the grana, and these products, once they are formed, they are used in dark reaction. Okay, because in dark reaction the formation of food occur. ठीक है, फूड बनता है, ग्लूकोज बनता है, एंड ग्लूकोज फॉर्मेशन नीड दीज एनर्जी. एटीपी चाहिए, रिड्यूस कोएंजाइम चाहिए इन ऑर्डर टू मेक द फूड. ओके. Question number 3, write 2 precautions to be taken while identifying different parts of an embryo of a dicot seed. Now the first is, slide should be properly focused. Next, slide should be observed first under low power magnification and then under high power magnification. Now question number 4, a student is to conduct an experiment to show carbon dioxide is released during respiration. List 2 precautions that he or she must take for obtaining correct observation. Now the precautions are, germinating seed should be used. The first thing is that the germinating, that is living seed, should be used. Next, the experiment setup must be airtight. Okay, it should be airtight. There are other precautions also, like we use KOH, potassium hydroxide solution. So it should be freshly prepared hona chahiye KOH solution. Okay, apparatus should be clean, washed, properly washed. So these are other precautions that also you can mention. Now question number 5, list 3 events that occur during process of photosynthesis. Explain the role of stomata in this process. Now the 3 most important events which occur during photosynthesis are, the first is absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. Next, conversion of light energy to chemical energy, and the splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen, and the last is, that is, reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrate. These are the 3 important events which occur during photosynthesis. Now the role of stomata, as we all know, that they are the tiny They are the small, you can say, stomata are the small structures, bean shaped structures, okay, and they are present in enormous amount over leaves. And these tiny pores, they help in the exchange of gases for photosynthesis. Now, since large amount of water can also be lost through these stomata, so the plant closes these stomata when it is not need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis in order to conserve the water extreme, especially in extreme environment when the temperature is very high. Okay, so the stomata are closed just to reduce the rate of transpiration. So when no photosynthesis is occurring, then these stomata are closed. Okay, and opening and closing of these pores, the pores which are present in the stomata, these are regulated by the guard cells, which are two kidney shaped cells. So it swells up when water flow inside, causing stomata to open, and similarly the pores closes if guard cells shrink. Now, next part is the same question. Describe an experiment to show that sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. Now, the experiment is, you have to select two healthy plants, then you have to keep them in the dark room for 3 days. Now, what next step is, now place them in different airtight chamber. For in one you will be supplying potassium hydroxide, okay, and this is used to absorb the carbon dioxide, as we all know. Now what happened after that? Now keep the plants in sunlight for 2 hours. Now plug the leaf from both the plants and check the presence of starch. Now, higher starch content in the jar with potassium hydroxide indicates that in the presence of light, the photosynthesis have occurred, so much starch content is found. So, in this way, you can conduct an experiment to know कि sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. There are other ways also, like with the help of this leaf we remove the chlorophyll by boiling it into ethyl alcohol. Then we test for iodine, so that indicates if the leaf turns blue black color, then it indicates the presence of starch, and if it doesn't, then it indicates the no food has prepared. Okay, so these are the few questions. Hope you all have understood. Thank you everyone.